capabilities from one player. Good work they've done in the labs and then implemented
انا كده فتحت.
the team to the next level.
Saucy's throwing 2 of his own pistol utility, also landing on that perfect timing. This team has synergy. This team
أيوة
has
تنزل،
ideas. They
تنزل
are
عالمي.
implementing Coach Kaplan's and IGL John QT's system to perfection.
All right, well, let's see what we're going to get here in the Agent Select as we will get ourselves, it's going to be a little hot out there. We got a Phoenix to kick things off, but again, you remember what Sadak said, give me all of the flashes.
Oh yeah, look, Loud play very similar on this map to their other styles. It's a
Yeah,
little bit lower on the
way.
flash priority. Instead of playing a KO like they will on the
Oh,
other maps,
فتح.
it is a Sova in this slot, so a little bit more information. Those shock darts are very effective at dealing with
هبعتهولك
cyber
ها؟
requires on the other
يلا.
side. But more than
بالديسكورد.
anything, this is the first time
يلا.
Sentinels will be playing against a team with this much
مش عارف افتح تويتش، انا متنرفز يا احمد.
And in the post plans,
يا
when
عم
they
والله
try to
منك
set up,
كنت
that's where
فايت
Loud
تويتش
must
على لو
قعدت هنا في الاوبن شات
So
هنا.
the thing is, both teams have a similar win condition where when they get to play their set retakes, when they get to play their set takes, when they're not caught off guard, they can run over their opposition. Both teams' win condition here is honestly getting ahead and denying their opponent these set plays. So I honestly don't expect to see a ton of the set plays from either team because I think both of them will be forced to
أنا
adapt to
متنرفز
the
يا
flood
أحمد والله.
and fight forward if they want to win.
This
ولا
game
يهمك،
will be
ولا يهمك.
decided by good mid-round calling, reading where those hits are coming in, and also by solo players seizing the moment. If they see a second, an angle that they can take,
يا
and
بسم
go
الله
on it, they
جيم.
have
استنى
a
بعد
chance.
الويب كام.
Especially on Sunset, I imagine we're gonna have a
صح
lot of
كده؟
very slow rounds, a lot of like poking and prodding across the middle of the map, and then deciding where they want to go. And this goes honestly back to the conversation
خليها
we
فين
had
بقى؟
yesterday about John.
خليها
Yes,
فوق
he's
كده
had
هنا.
this crazy career, and now on the biggest stage he's had so
المفروض
far,
دوسة
he's got to
متأخر
show
ليه
up, and
كده؟
he's
إيه
gonna
ده؟
have to show
أنا
up
في
against the
تأخير عندي،
best
مؤخر أنا
IGL
كمان.
in the world across the stage, and Sadak, that's a big ask
بس
for a
تأخير
young
جامد يا
kid.
كوكب.
Well,
كده
you
جامد.
heard the breakdown from our analysts, but now there's only one thing left to do.
علامة
Settle
بلان
the
دي.
score. We got a championship BO5 final on the line.
لا زي ما هي
In
في
true
أصلا على الجنب
incredible cast. I'm
وبيلعب
so
بومي.
happy that I get to toss to these guys. Take it away, Vansili and Ray.
بس كده.
هذا
صوت تمام، صوت تمام، كل حاجة تمام. يا ابني. بس
أيوة
كده.
كله زي الفل.
الحمد لله.
Yes, maybe we'd be, not surprised that we see Loud in the grand finals, but right now for Sentinels, I feel like Sen City has been drinking a lot of that hopium to finally see their team play on the stage today.
And they have earned it. It feels like Sentinels have run the gauntlet here already, and they still got some to go to play against Loud. If you combine the playoff matches for Sentinels here, we saw a bit of the stat before. They basically played the amount
مش عارف
of
افتح
games they
تويتش
played.
يا ولاد الكلب، البطولة هتضيع.
It's crazy. 22 games in the last regular
حاول تفتح
season.
أنت
If
فتح
you
اللايف
include
مش هعرف، مش عارف.
to 18 games. Absolutely crazy stuff. So
هيبدأ الماتش.
homework for Loud to read, but are ready for the game for sure.
العب.
Sen City's here behind them. The Loud
الاتاك
fans
سنتينل
that
صح؟
volume 11 as well as we start off here on Sunset for the
زينكس
grand
اهو.
finals.
زيكان
A
ده.
lot of tiles work
ده
from
كان ده
Sen
والله
just to
زيكان.
make sure that mid area is
بيلعب بريز
controlled
برضه.
from Loud.
تنزل بيلعب بمين؟
Being real passive here.
بومن.
They're ready to go for a first
تاني
round
ايودا
retake
عايز يكرر
for Sentinels.
شغلة امبارح.
On that
إن شاء الله
mid-take, there was a lot
يكررها.
of pressure on both sides from the initiator, getting information on
Yeah.
the extremities, and now, as you mentioned, playing the retake style for Loud. There's still a first contact from
هيبصوا ليه؟
keeping players
أهو.
at bay from Sentinels.
جيبوه بقى.
First contact, but the heavy damage goes on to John Cutie. Sentinels yet still want to move forward in this pistol, and Loud decide to pull back.
بس
Smoke happening on the left side lane. Clear
هيبلعوا؟
the left side of that.
طلعوا على بقى.
QCK right now. As a one-way smoke
Woo!
Sentinels tries
بلع
to
smoke.
execute in and actually does hit QCK.
وحلوة.
back of the site.
جاب فينيكس، جاب اومن. تكن يا ابني لا تنس جاب واحد. سوفا سوفا اللي فاضل وفايبر.
Fantastic job at not
بلانت
allowing
هم.
Loud to get into a position.
نايس بلانت، نايس بلانت.
بوم.
بوم. كده فايبر اللي ناقصة. أول راوند نقول مبروك لسنتينلز. مش هيجيب الراوند.
A few final kills on the exit to hopefully collect some money for the squad in a different buy
صعبة
next round.
صعبة.
But we'll see a lot of teams have been
صعبة.
full classic saving
جاب.
out on that
مين
second
جابه؟ مين
round,
جابه؟
favoring a bit of utility. And we'll see if Loud
Nice.
decides to do that. Sentinels pick up the
نايس
first
أول
round.
راوند.
When they
Sunset
started
دي
off
المابا
with a
بتاعتهم،
little
خلي
bit
بالك.
across the map, they were looking mid first, then they were moving over to the side of A, but they took it slow. Again, something different.
كوكب
we're seeing
ثانية وجاي.
with John Cutie
ثانية
and
وجاي. قبل
Sentinels that
ثانية
worked the
وجاي.
map a bit before actually making that commitment.
And with Loud, it seems they were heavily pressured in that retake style they wanted to get. Sentinels wanted to continue to fight forward after that spike plan. Now putting themselves for Loud on defense on a stack towards the B side, setting up for potentially a trap play, but maybe getting information first. You already see out in the open, Sadak is just waiting for a contact for a push. Anybody towards the B main side.
You even see Kawanzine trying to play a little tricky hide spot in the market major. He's just waiting for that wall to go up and catch somebody off guard. Again, the slow play from Sentinels, they're pretty much repeating first round strat, right? We see that Zekin and John Cutie are working tiles. This time they proceed into mid, but that door is going to be shut on them right quick. Looks like they could go all the way through here. This is going to be trouble for Loud to regain any positioning.
Loud's been good at it so far, continuing the good reads, always being active
دخلوا من الميد ها؟
on the defensive side.
دخلوا من الميد ده احمد صح؟
Sentinel stopping towards the A side again. There is some sort of hope here. Tui's, there you go, gets that contact onto tens, slowing the pace
Boom.
of the attack. Instantly
الولد بيلعب بسايفر
by
جامد
John
قوي.
Cutie, though, as the plant
سكينة
goes
اهو.
down for A main.
دخلوا.
Triple
واو
destroyed,
واو
but the
واو
crossbar is just
واو.
too
تاني
good
راوند.
for Sentinels. They do a little bit of damage here for Loud.
فينيكس من
You
الفلانك.
know what? I'm not going to discount this player.
Bum.
GCK finally pushed forward by Zekin.
زكين
And Sentinels get the second
زكين
round.
بقول لك يدغدغوا.
Two patient rounds from Sentinels. They
2-0.
pretty much walked themselves into a
يا نهار
situation
أبيض.
where they're fighting Loud.
طب افتح لك
First
شير
one
هنا.
ended up at A on pistol. That second one they are
ألو.
able to find their fight as they push behind enemy lines in mid, which also works out for Sen because
والله
now
حاول
they have
افتح
a
تويتش
bit
مش
of
عارف.
map info of how Loud will play those lower buy rounds, whether or not they were covering mid a lot. Maybe they can read a bit into it once they see it again. All of that information helps. So now, what can Loud do? They tried the B stack. That default take on A for first round did not work, but they're going to heavy stack towards A here as we get a bigger default from Sentinels. And I'm interested to see if Loud does
اتغابى في
a bit of
الراوند
the
اللي
extremity
فاتت.
push.
عادي عادي عادي
They
بيبقى راوند
use
كده
each
عادي.
other to get back for this initiator utility on the
بالظبط،
retake, so
بالظبط.
losing somebody on a peak would be detrimental to Loud. They're going to stay back and play a very passive game,
Except for that player.
except for that.
Tui's gets dropped instantly. Sentinels, once again, in a power play. John Cutie still lurking around towards this B side, trying to see if he can hear rotate out of market.
طب بقول لك ايه افتح لايف
Information
ديسكو.
For Loud, it's the
ماشي
aggression.
ثانية افتح اعمل
Talked about
حاجة
the
بس.
extremities, but
أهو
this
ده.
time it's towards the B lane. There's the contact on a few. Finally gets traded out. But we're even up on a 3-3 with
استنى
Zekin
افتح لك لايف
heavily
ديسكو.
damaged. And that lurk, though, for John Cutie, it's now open. It's up to Sentinels to try to figure a way back towards the B side to meet up against the
اتفرج
IGL.
جدا اروح انام.
لا
Going
لا.
the long way around. Wouldn't be able to clear mid and do not know
متأخرة.
what breadcrumbs are left there from the Kawanzine
Getting
push.
hurt.
Yeah, they're right. QCK is able to catch this audio and we'll take a shot.
عملت
Placement
1080.
Zekin low on HP.
تعملوا-
Actually dodges away from the flash and made it through. Getting a plant right now for Sentinels would be pretty decent.
دخلوا 4 هيلث
Bonus
4.
that they have. John Cutie watching Zekin's back as the
فين
plant
هيلث
comes down.
4.
Snake bite just dropping down inches away at Zekin's feet. And allows both players now to group
وحشة
together
أوي.
towards the back of the site.
إيه ده؟
See the
يخسروها
rebound
راوند
yards
دي.
or rotate a flank
لا لا لا.
from Sadak towards the B main.
بص لو جاب حد.
QCK, no more flashes, has to move together. They have to play the fundamentals now for Loud. To blaze wall first, that's another snake bite, forcing John Cutie out of position. A 1-for-1, solo second.
Oof.
ادينهم
نايس نايس نايس
A
نايس.
nice trade.
لعبها حلو.
They convert their gun round, but Sentinels, they are definitely happy with that result.
Loud securing that one, less with the
مش عارف
Vipers
تويتش
fight
ماله.
on to Zekin actually paying off
بجد.
in dividends as they follow up on it. But you're right, so much damage done from Sentinels. Loud are going to have a bit of trouble rebuying into this. Already see some stingers on the board as we rewatch this play again. Good teamwork, good trade. Fundamentals on that one. Keep pressing W until you
حاولت
can get
أفتح
your
تويتش،
teammate
مش عارف.
injured on that play. So a good post plant from Loud. We see that successful. Can they keep it up? Phoenix ultimate's up. They may try to go for an A push here as they already have that side quite stacked. And the only one that's going to be seen is Tui's.
Loud having to play once again a gamble stack, this time towards B because of that bonus run that Sentinels had.
Yep.
The economy is very low. The strongest weapon was the one that was maintained by Les on that previous round, which is a Vandal. And the rest are just looking for that trap play. It's up to Loud once again to do a lot more
ويتش
rotation
ده
on the
خنيق
side, have
خنيق
better reads.
بطريقة.
Thankfully they have
ويتش ده
a scan
خنيق
agent and Sadat
بطريقة.
is currently droning towards the B main.
ده حقيقي.
2-1 يعني انا
This is good for
مش
Sentinels.
اول مرة خلي بالك يا احمد. حوار تويتش ده مش اول مرة.
What a choice. John QD again calling it shots to the left side of
عايز
the
اشوف
map
سكرين
here.
شوت منه بس.
Obviously a retake for Loud, but this should be Sentinels planting, pushing forward, and actually gaining some position, so Loud cannot do anything really here on the retake. The way Sentinels have been approaching each of
شو
their
بس هذا
games,
قام
it seems like
حسيت
they
غير
have
صوبه.
two variations they can use.
دخل
Whether it is
دخل
10s on the Omen, where they play a game that's centered around this crowding up, getting into the site together, and just swarming.
لبسها له.
Second falls.
ده لبسها له.
At least for Loud, they have this run it back with QCK. Hoping that
والسايفر
Sadat
حاطط
still allows to
الترابات.
help with the recon dart, but it's going to make it a
الراوند
little bit more
بتاعتهم
difficult
دي.
for Loud to retake the site. John Cutie already setting up the camera, so that's going to be the first contact. The rest of the team holding back towards B main.
صعبة 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 تاخدوا الراوند دي.
Loud make it through the first line of contact. John Cutie, flash, beautiful.
نايس نايس.
Since it allows again for him to get the kill onto less.
Boom, 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 boom. Timing.
Onto the ground. The lays coming out from Sentinels. That clock is ticking down here. Pain gels on top of that. Nice
جاب اومن جاب تنز.
as they're leading forward. Boombot to get more.
لسه عايز.
خدوا الراوند.
Not even worrying about the smokes that could come through. They have all the utility and weaponry
Nice.
to fire back onto Loud.
تنز
And that
كام.
low buy hurts. All the damage
تنز لسه ما
did,
فوقش
the
لسه
bonus
بيفوق.
hurts. And they pick
بس
up
ده جاب
a
2 كيل.
third round.
لسه هيفوق لسه.
And that
ده
was
بالديفند
the one
هيتشخص.
variation of the hit where they can follow Zekin in. They can make it work on a map like Sunset. And then Kaplan can
لبسها له.
لسه جامدة دي جامدة.
That has a Yoru for 10s where they're pushing
واد
everywhere.
بص واد الأقرع ده جامد قوي. واد الأقرع جامد قوي 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 قوي.
اللي هو بيلعب بسايفر
اللي
صح؟
بيلعب بجاكو اوف جامد
بيلعب
قوي.
بغيكو النهارده لا بيلعب بسيف ده
اهو هو ده
ده سكين صح؟ سكي بيلعب بغيكو
تنز اوف تنز عماله جاب 2 يا ابن اللعيبه. جامد.
did get a timing. He made it through. That's going to catch John Cutie.
ايه الغباء ده يا اسف وانت عملت الغباء ده.
For the mid rounding to start a little bit earlier. Less even once more. No pun intended. As we have a fight now.
سايفر خسروا من الراوند دي.
Instantly leaving Sasi alone.
And they may even Taster's choice this.
لو بلانت جاب لهم فلوس صح؟
Who's going to kill Sasi? Do you get an
بلانت
ult on
طلع
Sasi?
بقى.
Do you get an ult on less? Is it different? Do you let him get it down and get the ults that way? Loud's going to be able to circulate these ults in the next few rounds. Sasi gets the plant and beautiful that he can
أنا
work
مأمن له
off
ult.
with Wingman here. Thrash is available. If this goes
قلت يجيبهم
down,
الثلاثة.
Sasi may go all out.
That would be such a gamble, but look at him.
It would be.
He's going to hear all of these rotate, so he's trying to get an
قلت
angle.
طلع
He's trying to
هتجيبهم
get a surprise
الثلاثة.
attack. Here's that first jump spot. Here's 2 crossing over. The third one already made it through.
سمعوش.
So Sasi now has a timing.
هيجيب الراوند.
Players allowed rotating.
هيجيب الراوند.
There's a snake bite towards main. Now it's being watched. And he will have all the kit left now on his Gecko kit. The Marshman going down, forced to halfway. Out of position now. Les
Whoa.
There's that Thrash coming out too from the front of the pillar, and Les even has to pull back towards the market. It does not hit him though, but that clock is ticking down. Sasi's getting across. Runs away for the time.
Whoa.
Gets it done. And Sasi.
Yes,
اقسم بالله عاش.
عاش عاش
بالله
عاش.
عاش. مو يا ابني اقسم بالله لعيب. اقسم بالله لعيب يا اسطى الواد نجم 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 الأقرع ده.
مسكين يا ابن الجامدة.
بس انت بص جاب الاثنين تاني.
What a pivotal kill, 2 for 10s. For Sentinels to understand the tiles push has been such a priority.
عاش.
They instantly attack back, snap back at
عارف فلاش السيل اللي هو رماها دي كان زمانهم خسروا.
يس يس جيب على سنتينلز.
هو ده الأقرع. ايوه اخويا الأقرع يا عم.
Absolutely throwing Loud's timing off by the wingman plant and push into market. Very heady play. We're in round 6 now. A mid play from Loud, thinking that Sentinels might go for this encroachment again.
They have a lot that it could work behind this wall that it just put up. There goes that curveball out for QCK, but Dewey still fell first.
ابن اللعيبة.
Taking her around, they have support from all angles. Control in the
اللعيبة.
middle. Not given a chance here for Loud to really flow through a mid flood.
فايبر.
With that hack thrown here by John Cutie.
لا 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 لا.
Information that A site is open. It's weaker. Where Sadak is currently only holding with the sheriff.
بصوا ايه.
Even Sentinels, they're giving him that respect, moving all the way together, forming up forwards rather, and really just working their protocols for the later rounds.
بص بص
The
بص.
smoke giving them pawn shop control. They know
Bus,
Sadak's
bus.
right there. Another quick wingman plant, giving Sentinels so much safety, never having to push into the site.
بوم ريح
Had an opener, had
ريح بدل ما تريح.
جي جي.
but it's a nightgel battle won by Sentinels.
Yeah.
جي جي.
Potentially in a situation, yeah, you already see him back it up. He's not
نايس نايس
It wasn't too great here
نايس.
for Loud, and then his half buy that they had. Trap play was read by Sentinels.
Exactly. Loud are doing everything they can
يا
to
هدفين
get
ده
under the
حد
skin
هنا
of
فاهم.
وعشان الفاندل.
Sentinels find
أنا
that
عارف.
first kill, so they might be able to grab Zeus's Vandal or whatever.
وحازق
he
عشان
had in the
الفاندل.
round, and then move it around again, right? See what Les can get, see what can happen. Sentinels is avoiding it, though. They're understanding and respecting the fact that Loud can still do a lot of damage on these low buy rounds. And you're not seeing any wide
جاب يا باشا.
swings
أؤمن
that
اللي
don't
جابه.
have an anchor of a Sentinel member on
جيكو
it.
جيكو
ريكو.
Very controlled play here by Sen,
جيكو
understanding
لعيب.
the wing
يا اسطى الواد ده
condition and
جامد يا
holding it
اسطى الواد ده
close to
لعيب
the
قوي
chest.
قوي.
Four
الواد
ultimates,
ده
very big swing point in the game. We get another timeout right away. Oh my gosh.
Should be the first one here after all.
Okay, okay.
بص عامل لك واحد. بص
شوف 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 شوف.
لعيب يا
So we
اسطى
had an
لعيب.
inkling that a timeout should have come out on that previous
ثانية
round.
واظبط
Right.
الإعدادات.
Lower buy that we had from
كان
Loud
نفسي
was
افتح
just
تويتش كان نفسي افتح تويتش.
with this time around. But that doesn't take away any of the point that you mentioned so far, Riv, that this game means a lot
الحقيقة الأدب
for
بيعمل ايه
Sentinels.
في البيت.
You know, they made it now to this grand final stage. It's been a very long time
الأدب.
اعمل
since
عبيط
they
اعمل
made it
عبيط.
to a regional grand
ده
final.
حقيقة.
So
هذا
Loud
الصراحة
خدوا بوس.
يلا.
this has been uncharacteristic in the fact that it doesn't seem like Loud is one getting their pushes into the map to affect Sentinels in a way where Sentinels has to worry. They have to restructure the
متوترة.
play. It seems like Sentinels finds what Loud is doing.
بص
and moves
سانست
on. They
ما
don't really
بينهم
have to change too much.
هي
We
واسد.
usually see Loud have incredible audibles they call in the mid.
مسكوا العيال يا
Round
احمد امبارح
that
في
puts them in
اسند.
the position to then stop another take
عملوهم
from their
كفتة.
opponent. And it seems like they're failing on both right now. Sentinels is
حقيقة
able to run through this, and here's why it becomes a big swing round now. 3-round loss row in a row, you're going to get 2,900 into the pockets of Loud. That's basically on no credits as they have to spend in again. They need to use these ultimates to get some rounds back now, or it's going to start swinging very heavily in favor of Sen. Already they swing heavily over towards the right side.
المابا
The
دي بتاعت
pressure mid,
بتاعت
flash going
سانست
right back up.
بتاعت
And it definitely looks like
Sentinels.
for Loud side, they want to try to use that right away. There's the
Yeah.
ping on the first one
ده
already.
حقيقة.
The IGL's backing up, trying to get the 100 Fury out, and there it is.
بص
It
ده.
does get a ping on a few. And when
اوعى.
Flash is coming across, it does get contact for pings, but Zekin still opens
بص
up.
بص.
Sentinels were working towards the mid side after a trap play attempted by Loud with these ults. Now Les is going to be in heavy trouble towards the market. He's there alone, and he's just trying to anchor up at least one portion of this B site towards the map, while the rest are pushing double towards A-Long. Zelsis is currently waiting. He lost his teammate in the process, but he gets the dink and the kill on the
اللعيبة.
Jewies. The flash turns away from
Whoop.
him and does not
نايس
connect on the
نايس
second.
نايس نايس حلو
Palatine walks that away
حلو.
out of that
Yeah,
fight,
it's
limping
still
away,
good.
but still has that support from Sadak. 3-on-3 now in the mid round.
بص واقف ازاي.
Loud trying to
That's
pick
the
apart
Zakin.
Sentinel's team
Zakin
before
بص
they
واقف
hit
ازاي.
these sites. Finally, we just talked about it. They
حازق
couldn't
حازق
find any ground
فايبر
before. It always
مستنياه
been
بس
quickly
فايبر
traded
ماسك
back.
عليه انجل.
Now the 3v3
عيب.
stands.
ولد.
Les gets traded
ده ما
out.
يكونش معاه جيكو بقى.
In these moments during this kickoff, he's been so good, and he's
قفل
anchored
الباب.
position to drop 2 and 3. Has been a superstar player, but now
اتنين ضد اتنين.
coming out into this game.
بريتش وسوفا.
The basics, the
وغيكو.
fundamentals are looking very good. They get a flag.
البس.
Coming out, looking around, a TP.
ما جاتش يا
Go moving
ألف
forward.
ألف.
This looks like Tense is looking for a fight and gets punished right away by Sadak as the Rolling Thunder comes out. Now even the Pinks comes out.
لعبوها حلو.
Combination of utility
لعبوها
from
حلو.
Loud as they drop Sasi.
5-2.
And we talked about
لعبوها
how big
حلو
this
الراوند
round
دي.
was. Loud staves off going into economy hell right now. That was such a big round. Sentinels would have been running away with a few more in this
الواد
first
بقولك
half.
كان واخد
Would
عليه
not
انجل
look
يا
good
اسطى
now.
ما انا بقول لك خدوا ما انا بقول لك كان واخد انجل.
Here. Still going to be a buy coming in from Sen, it seems. Yeah. they
انا
should be
معروف
able to get
هيطلع
that
هياخدها على طول.
See this again too. The retake, it had to happen. For Loud to use the Rolling Thunder, everything they had, it was according to the play. This had to be secured.
بلعها.
Oh, Saucy not get out of that one. And you see, they're still vibing. Loud knows this game
تضحك
isn't
عليها
out of
حالتها
hand.
تخسر
It's
حالتها.
not crazy.
قول
The
له
few
احمد
down
قول له.
means nothing to
قال دي مش
Sadak
عارفه
and
حاجه.
Loud. still very much in it, and let's see how they play that.
Always unfazed,
The
Loud.
judges there for Sadak, so you know they're starting to get a little ratty on these. We'll see how that gets used. And these ultimates as well. QCKs can still go in. A quick retake and Les just pushes them out with the Viper's Pit. We have yet to see how Loud actually fight back with those.
You see Loud, though, just jiggling across the contacts being those controllers. Less in the back of the site. Tui's on the A site. It looks like Sentinels want to activate right away.
بلانت
They'll come in out from Zelsis.
فايبر
Second
يتنسل.
satchel across. Contact on players from Loud in the back of Boba. As a plant comes in for Sentinels, it's time for them to play the pulse plant once again. But this time around, nobody holding yet towards the back of the B main. It's a paranoid to push through, and you hear that run it back. The save comes out from Les as it allows QCK to stay alive. A whole roster of Loud against 3 left of Sentinels. Paranoia being thrown on defense. There's that judge. More utility flooding towards the front. But Celsius and Tens
تعملها ولا ايه؟
are holding back their ground for now. Beautiful flash out from QCK though. As now the tap on the spike trying to draw out the opponents. Beautifully
تنزح حاول على قد ما يقدر. تنزح حاول على قد ما
We
يقدر.
saw some hope there from Zelsis and Tens and Loud instantly. They held back for a split second, forced Sentinels out, and finally played the fundamentals and won the round.
That's the Loud train I think we've been looking for. It took a little bit to stoke the fire, but man, coming down the tracks, you do not want to be in the way of Loud when they feel like the retake is going 100%. The way they came through Boba here, just fearless, as it were, as Sadak says. Loud just run right into B main. The last time we saw that fight, Sentinels was just lacing Loud as they tried to come into B main. They didn't even make it. Loud gained so much ground there, completely taking Sentinels by surprise. We set up for Sen in a bit of the same formation, but less movement. They're not taking as much of market. The wall that they just dealt with there in B main usually can mean someone pushes up, so you have to worry. Loud is giving Sen a lot of things to worry about here. And with Dizzy down, they're going to be able to have a little main control, but not in sight yet.
Sentinels just trying to play into Loud's style.
Yeah.
Where when they get pressure on one side, they usually push the extremity on the other. So you already see Tens holding back towards the A main side, all the way from spawn, trying to catch a forward push. But nobody's really moving here from Loud. They held things back towards the B side. They haven't really fully rotated. And for them, they're just very much still comfortable of playing that retake style towards this A side. For Sentinels, they regrouped after that, after deniability that you saw there from Les's utility with his teammates. Sen is looking to pivot back.
Toying with the door, just hoping Loud will have to keep covering market there as they start to make their way. Zelsis knife came up just a bit ago as they entered the A main area, but this is a contact play. They want to see how Loud reacts to this.
And finally, after the first smoke comes out on the defense, the other one goes out towards the spawn on the attack. Now you're not allowing your to get the high stack and a spray.
There they go.
With this vandal, which allows here a wingman to get a very late plant towards A.
خد الانجل بقى دي. ايوه خد الانجل دي. باخدها دايما يا احمد الانجل دي. الانجل دي جامده قوي.
Right under the trash can. John QD is going to be flanking far, but it's watched by Sadak. What's the timing?
جامد قوي الفلاش ده. كيف فلش فلاش جامد.
Whole flash towards the air just to try to slow it down for a bit. They're just trying to take down Sadak first to push towards that spawn. It works.
عاش.
Fell within the site for Loud. Loud have regained control of that B site. The tap to flush out Sentinels once again. Double back towards the default box as Les lines up 2 kills somehow.
ثم الخرا.
And the spray
استنى اشتمها لا.
but it's going to be difficult right now.
كذبوا.
Sasi does get the pick. The last one.
ايه ده؟
كذب يا عم يا عم كذب يا عم.
Not planned for them to be able to play that push
5-4.
وانت هتنزل عشان تنزل تعمل تنزل فاهم انا ايه ده؟
عمل اللي عليه يعمل ايه تاني؟
ماشي هو كان بديفيوز يضرب على الديفيوز يا عم.
على قد ما اقدر يا احمد.
Loud and the fans happy though to pick up another round. Like we said, even looking at 5-1, we saw smiles on Loud's face during the timeout. It's still an any game, and we saw Loud use the ultimates to make that.
حظه ضرب جاب طليتين حظه.
3 quick defuses on the post plant here that have brought Loud back into this, and we are going to get a Sentinels timeout now as they get a talk from Kaplan, figure out what Loud is doing differently here to get themselves back in the match. Really nicely done. they didn't have an answer for the beginning, right? We said
خدوا
Loud was
بوز
kind
صح؟
of missing the early game control. We saw Kalanzine and QCK trying to work tiles in mid. They lose a few members, and that trade did not benefit Loud, especially the way Sen was taking the site. What I think we did get, though, is Loud in those mid-round calls back, having the right positioning, waiting for each other, that patience where we know Loud to
بحاول افتح
be
الجميل اهو.
looking for the flank while the spike is taking.
ال-
Like, is there enough time?
Twitch.
Oh, it's enough time. They know they've been there. We're getting that back from Loud, and that's why we're close to tied now. Sentinels will discuss how to get back in 3 ults. Thrash to be used by Saucy, 11-4. He's had some fantastic games, even though he lost the win on Ascent on the Sova. He's like 20-5 or something at half. The Odin Master over there. Yeah, he's been showing up as well for Sentinels this season. So we get back in.
Also decided not to play the Ascent in this
أيوة.
grand finals.
They
Manic.
didn't.
أهو
That
تويتش قال لي.
the fact that
الحمد
we
لله.
had Icebox in here.
هاي هير
and
مش
Sen
عارف
had been
ايه
kind of
اكتر
kicking
من
that out of the pool was very interesting. I
21.
cannot wait. But on
اوكي.
Sunset until it does just that. Round 10. Uh-oh. Thrash
ايه
right
الهزار
off the
ده؟
rip. How does Loud respond to an instant aggression?
Tried to get a camera pivot
ازاي؟
towards the mid, and Zelsis already fell. Now we're just spraying across here, and he gets a lucky kill.
بس عادي تابد يا اسطى والله العظيم بيضربوا من ورا اسمه بيجيبوا يا
ايوه يا ابني.
Hunter's Fury coming out
بص ابن
from the
الكلب ده.
defense. A ping does
سك
get
كلب
the hit
سوفا.
onto John Cutie from QCK.
يا
As here's a
بوم.
shot from behind to lurk once again. Saucy
Nice.
gets it done. Tens under heavy
Tens.
pressure. alone
لازم
towards the back of
يبلانت
the
عليه.
site. Thrash being picked up, the TP away from one, sees the second
لبس
one,
واحد.
and it does get the hit here. That's going to delay even more. Sadak
طيب.
is detained. Tui's had to TP away, and now as they finally
لعبها
regroup,
طيب.
they don't have too much utility but these smokes. Tens is already pushing towards that spike. A beautiful
يا ابن اللعيبة.
Tens to get that pick. Up to Sadak alone.
بوم بوم بوم.
Once again,
جمدان
لا اسمعوا.
عاش
finally get another
يا
point.
ابن اللعيبة.
Oh, we hardly ever get to see the windows. here.
جمدان
Awesome
اقسم
stuff
بالله
from
جمدان
Marcus.
عاشت.
Honestly, little things like that you hardly see in your games are the ones that can catch you off guard in a millisecond. Oh my gosh.
ده دخل جاب الواد بالقط بتاعته فايبر. جامدة أول وان تاب دي جامدة أوي.
بقول لك لاسمعوا.
For the timeout pays off.
اداله.
Sentinels here big time after 3 post plant rounds successful in a row for Loud.
6-4
It
حلو.
seems though the game plan got foiled, but thankfully you still have players that could really think on their toes though. With how Tens and Sassy played that one, because they lost a lot of players in the process trying to play this or trying to play
موت يا حبيبي.
towards
Oof.
the A site. Tusica gets dropped. The lure by from Loud. You saw the Bucky TP towards the back.
باكي.
لا لا غباء دي غباء دي غباء دي غباء.
It's going to help Loud neural theft out. The
مسكوا
forward
انجل عليه.
push here from Les outside the B site, while the rest are pinged out all around the A site. But for Sentinels, it's a cut noise. Just want to reset for a bit here with a minute left on the clock.
يلا ضل ناويين يخشوا
I
برضه.
like the movement.
ما
When I
عايزين
said, "All right,
ايه
we're
ايه
getting
بالنسبه
pinged,
لهم
I'm gonna get
احسن.
out here and kill the trap it.
بص
B main,
ايوه لو ياخد انجل على
just to make
سوفا.
John Cutie think a little bit more. So John always watching the flank though. They have to watch for less.
بص
Could be
فولي.
a factor in this round that just closes it.
لبسها.
Had the angle the whole time, and now it gets all the information. Here comes the bombardment.
That's
of
GG.
Warlord towards the
بوم جاب 2.
عاش عاش.
زكيني يا جامد.
Sentinels were there.
اديني في الامبولي.
Firing squad leaving less alone.
زكين لبس البس في التراب. زكين جاب 2. ريح على فايبر هلا.
His cover is blown.
رايح انا عايز.
Mosh pit to keep him away, but that's a nice shot off Asasi.
And now no one else peeks.
Versus one, holding a tight angle as Zen.
يلا 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 عبيط يلا يلا عبيط.
And they'll get
7
ليش
to
جامد.
4 now.
والله
يعني
احمد
ليه
يلا.
برضه مش
والله
واحد؟
احمد يلا العبيط يلا.
Great control
يلا
here.
لا عبد العبيط.
Kinda activating on Loud so quick. It almost looked like Loud fell asleep at the wheel for a second. That's just the timing wasn't there. Sentinels get a Thanos timing walking into elbow here. Saucy drops QCK, no flash. And
يا اسطى
this
ريد جامد جالهم من الميد ريد. شاف جالهم من المين ريد.
That was so unlucky there
It
for
was
Loud
very.
because they were anticipating that hit from Sentinels. You saw.
لسه جامد اول اوني فانتوم ده بس والله فاجر.
So that looking towards the air with a frenzy getting ready to hit that dizzy, but it hit both of his teammates, even all three before. But let's hold that thought. Showstopper
عاش
already out
يا ابن
outside of the
اللعيبه.
gates.
دخل جاب واحد
And blows
وجري.
Sadak to bits.
اقسم بالله عاش اقسم بالله جامد يا ريد.
Numbers advantage for
أهم حاجة
Sentinels,
الناس شلوان.
allowing for them to work the map, working back towards his B side.
and right there. I hope I have enough time to say this. Never mind.
Not at all. Paranoid going back and forth just to try to delay towards the market, but still allowing Sentinels to gain space. and a plant attempt. As we went for a tap first and lost players towards the
Damn
market side. Sasi's still alive at that spot though. We try to hold it back. Plant finally successful.
لعبوها المرة دي بص.
Smoke to help Sasi a little bit towards the market. Loud just winning here for that flank coming out from QCK. It's slow, but it's coming as a Dizzy comes up just to try to delay towards the back of the site even more. Finally, that contact, as you mentioned, second season. Flash is coming out. There's that execution for Sentinels.
نعملها والله عاشت هند اقسم بالله.
As they know, it was that flanker. QCK with no
واحد ضد
utility after
اتنين.
he uses his wall. Contact onto Sasi, allowing here Zekin just to wait for the tap. Pain shells to keep him at bay. That will definitely end the half right now.
عاش اوف جمدان
8-4
جمدان والله جمدان.
ضرب الالت في صاحبه.
Zekin using ult there at the beginning of the
Zekin
round.
ضرب الالت في صاحبه.
It's been such a different in that sense of ultimates being used right off the rip. All of Sadok's hunters, the Hunter's Furies
يعني بص هو بص يعني تنزل لسه برضه فاهم.
لسه ما فاقش.
And they only had to slightly respect it because they can dodge it. Zekin comes in.
هو يا ابني جاب واحد اهو.
Fundamental differences in
ده هو اللي
the
جاب بص هو
power
هيجيب يا
that these
اخي.
comps can hit
هو
with.
جاب اهو.
جاب واحد.
Huge, and we'll see that as Loud comes onto the attack side now. It takes so much more to orchestrate this composition into a
لابس الجاكيت النهارده ولا؟
توم ايه ده على سموزة حاطين سموزة هو سموزة معاهم في الفريق
مش عارف.
Saucy finishes the half with a whopping 15 kills and only 5 deaths.
صورة سموزة؟
غلطات لا اسم سموزة كان اللي حصل
It starts out Sentinels with an advantage.
قول فنان
الغلطة بتاعت سايفر هي دي اللي خسرتهم.
We know they don't play with fierce. They step forward in mid in main to take these fights and even
خلاص.
trying to move over into main.
ده اللي يقصده يعني هم حطوا نفسهم في الموقف ده. التانيين لعبوهم على الغلطة دي.
Out from left, so they're going to group up, and that gives Saucy the B site for free. He can walk in here and notice he's got full utility down there at the bottom of the screen.
ده الراوند اللي جابه صح؟
That'll be big. But first, it's Wingman up to
3
the
ضد
plate.
1.
He's going to use that ability to be able to take more space than you'd normally expect in this position. The only thing, one of the things that only Gecko can do. So Saucy moves into market, and Loud are still taking things slow. They're going to group up together.
الثلاثة دخلوا صح.
They had split into mid
غلط.
right here.
المفروض هنا.
غلط.
ثلاثة داخلين مع بعض بقول لك ده غلط. المفروض واحد كانوا يتفرقوا.
Does he try to pick off the final straggler here?
والثلاثة دخلوا برضو من فوق.
Swing on that guy there and then go for the
المفروض اومن ده اللي كان ينزل من تحت.
He chooses to wait, which is a lower chance that he gets a kill, but a higher chance he can win the clutch. He moves
فين
on
وفين
in here
سوبا
and is able to
فكر
get
ان
both
الانجل
these
دي.
kills here with a sick transfer on that one. It's money. The utility afterwards is perfect, and then going into Thrash, it makes the round nigh unwinnable. Lefts could not stick through that plant, and the Thrash means that he could not actually get on Spike in time. Let's get the second half underway. Back to our casters.
Sick flip.
Sick flip, yeah, well done, Ender. Great explanation here on
لا مش سموزة ده.
سوم
battle of the IGLs, the big brains from the coaching staff. It's also just a heads-up play from all these players that has been looking so good in this first half. And speaking of information to react right away.
لا هم في الديفند جامدين.
Pinging a few here, thrown by Zelsis, and Sentinels knows this hit's coming towards the A side, and they're ready for this signature retake playstyle on the A side. Loud still deciding to work towards A though, so they might have something back in return.
بلانتو يا نهار ابيض.
There are some ghosts, so a little bit of a drop on util there. Classics will be able to come in full utility wise. Early delay. Early fakes with a bit of utility here. I wonder if that's going to allow Sen in a bit more, but this is Loud are hunkered down here. This is going to be hard to get them out.
Paranoia and Dizzy, that's going to hit QCK, runs inside the smoke. The boom body spots him and blows him away.
Smokes are good.
Towards the back. Coward seems fully blinded, but he's okay to stay behind the smoke. A tap onto the spike, a fault line coming out, a spray through the smoke, a spray and pray, and to hopefully get this pistol on their side.
They got to start it now.
Even halfway, the wingman already got but there's no time left. There's no time left.
يا نهار ابيض.
قاعدين قلنا على اللي حصل يا اسطى.
This is going to be the type of play so we're going to see in a post.
الراوند ده جامد قوي.
We're going to be on the edge of our seats.
الراوند عامل ازاي الواد يعني بتعمل ايه كان هم الفريق اللي كان هيكسب بس لله الواد دخل على الواد ده العبيط وكان كان فيه 3.
Oh my gosh. That's the I have one final choice moment
بص
situation.
كوكب، بص كوكب، بص
Everybody is
بص
doing the
بص
final
بص
thing.
بص
They know they're gonna go
بص
down, and
يعني الفريق اللي
that
معاه ده
one
فريق
was
ان
to
شاء الله،
jump
يعني على الله
through
ان
the
شاء الله.
smoke and finally kill the diffuser.
يعني
Even though
التاني
it
بتاع
probably
ازاي ما
wouldn't have been
جابوش
half.
تند،
That
يعني
was
مش
just the kind of
فاهم.
situation. The pressure. Loud
يا ابني ما هو
puts
تنزل
on
مركز
first
مع ناس
attack
تانية.
round. Another pistol here, second half. A big push here from Sentinels, though. This is going to be another war.
Continuing with the double flash combination for the
لا
initiator.
ام
It's been
البشين
VCT is just
عندك
ready.
ام
بس
البش.
يا
So that's
ابني
Louis
يا
as he
ابني يا ابني.
stops the push from Sentinels, but that's building up his ultimate here for the later
لسه
rounds.
بيخش
Either
هارد
trying
بوش،
to
مش
clear for
مش
more
ليه؟ طب
revenue
مش
or
فاهم.
behind the Allen drone.
ساعات
Louis
بتجيب
tries to
راوند
just
يا
give him a
احمد.
plan, or he just chases the kill.
راوند دي
But you're
خلاص
seeing
جي
like Sentinels are trying to rework the map somewhere.